So NBA player J.R. Smith had to put hands and feet on someone who really tried it. And here's the update. He regrets it.
Disappointed with myself, even though people say I shouldn't be.
But let's rewind. As we all know, America is unbelievably chaotic right now following the passing of George Floyd. Riots that started in Minneapolis are erupting everywhere, all across the whole globe for Black Lives Matter, to where good white people who have been taking a stand, right, as we know, they have been front and center of these protests, but sadly, where there's good, bad follows. So there are also a lot of white people who are not really there to support Black lives. Some of them have their own agenda, and they want to cause more chaos. Although some have burned down places and looted for the right intentions initially in Minnesota, which is to show no justice, no peace, and to stop killing Black people, period, point blank, or America raising hell. Literally, there's also those who are there to make it look like Black people are the majority causing damage and to push a non-existent agenda that Black people are the problem. Wrong. We've never been. And there are some people who are there because they really love the drama of it all and they want to be in a crazy mix. They feel good doing it. It's like a high. And then there's some who are there because they are truly followers and are just following the trend but could really care less about a BLM. And some are there because they are truly bored, following COVID, the quarantine. This is just something to do. There's even undercover cops acting like protesters. There's white supremacists there, trying to blend in. Man, I could go on and on. But like I said, there are thousands who are out there genuinely because they are not with the inhumanity of 12 pigs or the racists. So let's not forget that. I can't breathe. 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 But yeah, some people are out there being rebels without a cause, destroying anything. So let me get to my point. Some young guys decided to take the wild axe and property damage to residential areas. That's too far. They doing too much. And honestly, that's asking for trouble and a beatdown if you ask me. Like, why would you go to where people live? You crazy? Yeah, you are. They were vandalizing cars, and this dude vandalized the wrong car and got the right person, J.R. Smith. So J.R. Smith chased this little guy down and beat the brakes off him.
Run, Ricky, yeah, you run it. Run, Ricky, yeah, you run it.
Look, we definitely don't condone violence, but sometimes it's needed. And before you get mad at my statement, think about this. If these looters start hitting up where you live, your street, and start vandalizing your car, you do know if they get away with that, then they will start to break and enter into houses next, right? Including yours. Okay. So you gotta end things before they even start sometimes. And I don't want to hear, oh, he shouldn't have beat that innocent kid, when clearly that kid was being a thug. And honestly, we all know if it was the other way around, people would scream to the top of their lungs that J.R. Smith deserved it. So sometimes one thing has to happen to stop others from forming. An example has to be made so others who would have copied, because people are big followers, could sit their asses down. Again, remember, he got beat up for doing something, while on the flip side, Blacks are being killed for doing nothing. And I ain't told one lie. Just don't take this chaos to residential areas, period. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't even condone the chaos. Initially, J.R. Smith was bold about what he had done, and he let people know the moment that it happened before footage even dropped, but has since expressed his regret. And look, I know he's getting some backlash because people probably like, bro, you have motor vehicle insurance, plus you rich, so why you tripping? Things like that. But he was in the heat of the moment and acted how a lot of y'all would have reacted, especially if you're from Jersey. We get mad first. I'm just saying. And imagine protesting peacefully for the lives of your people being senselessly taken. Then the same day, that same night you come home, and troublemakers who are not even there for Black lives come through to riot on your personal property, your safe space, at your residence. Wouldn't your emotions be flying too?
Well, y'all see this somewhere else. One of these little fucking white boys didn't know where he was going and broke my fucking window in my truck. This is a residential area. There wasn't no stores over here. No, none of that. Shit. Broke my window. So the footage come out and y'all see it. I chased him down and whooped his ass. He broke my window. This ain't no hate crime. I ain't got no problem with nobody. Ain't got no problem with me. There's a problem with the motherfucking system. That's it. The motherfucker broke my window and I whooped his ass. He didn't know who window he broke and he got his ass whooped. Just so y'all see it later, I'm telling y'all now.
Guys, don't record it, please. Please. Respect his privacy, please. Come on.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, this is the update of what JR said. He said, I'm 34 years old. I have 4 little girls at home. Regardless of the fact whether it was right or wrong, I don't want them to have the image of their dad being capable of doing that. And oh yeah, let me clear this up. He did give the kid credit to the fact that he doesn't think that the kid would have vandalized his vehicle had he known that it was his vehicle. But he said that he just thinks that it's a random act of stupidness on both ends for the kid to have done it and for him to have reacted how he reacted.
That ass whooping was a random act of stupidness on my behalf.
Because, you know, he made it out of his environment to a new environment. And he's the only black person on his block where he lives. So to make it to where he's at now, you know, living in a nice neighborhood, and for this to happen at this time, then, you know.
Thinking you're doing something for the people. That one black person who was able to move into a nice neighborhood, you broke that person's window without even knowing.
And let me say this as well. I don't know whether this man and his friends specifically targeted this area to prove no justice, no peace, knowing that it's an all-white area, and he wanted them to feel the heat to show that racism and police brutality on blacks has to stop, or if he targeted an all-white neighborhood, not knowing that he would be caught, thinking that they would assume that a black man did this to their vehicles and spur out more hate to black people. But look, if it was the first one, I would hope that his love for black lives doesn't change and that he realizes that what JR did to him was a natural human reaction, as he would have most likely still gotten beat by any race of a person who caught him vandalizing their vehicle. But if it's the second one where he may have been trying to set it up to look like a random black guy did this just so they could take the blame and the fall and to be vilified, and ended up getting caught by a black man himself, then look at God. I'm just saying. But what are y'all thinking? Leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. And be sure to visit and shop at talkyourshirt.com. And don't forget to hit that bell to join the notification gang. PetTeaBlog.com signing off.